So in the previous video, we have just introduced you to the casting. Now we'll go to some basic terminologies and how the casting process is and what are the components involved. So the basic diagram looks like this, where we have two halves. The bottom half is over here. Let me draw also for you so it is much better with some other color red. Yeah. So this is the half, the bottom half, which is called as drag. The top half is called as scope. And over here inside, this is where our actual product will be made. So that is the mold cavity. And if we have some core requirement, we can have a core placed inside our cavity. Now this is called as the parting line, which parts the cope and drag. We can use dowel pins to fix the two half. So though the two half do not move and they are not misaligned. So that is one of the defect which can occur. If that is not properly fixed, if pins are not properly used, cope and drag may move with respect to each other. And in that case, our core or our pattern or our cast, which is prepared, is not proper, not as per the requirement. The two half would be misaligned. The riser is used to have extra metal stored. So because we need extra metal, which I explained in the previous video, there is a requirement of extra metal because of shrinkage allowance and etc. We need some extra metal stored, which is stored over here in the riser. And from where do we pour the material? It is over here in the pouring cup or the basin. We pour the material. The sprue is designed such that the velocity increases and we do not have any problems with the pressure difference. And if we have multiple products to be multiple parts to be produced in single run, then we'll use a gating system. What does that mean is, when we are going to pour it, which is explained over here, let me just clear all and go down. So over here we have a single runner. What does we poured it from top, and then the metal is flowing in that direction, or it can also flow in the opposite direction. And from there is the main runner, and we have part 1 prepared, part 2 prepared. So in single run we can manufacture multiple parts, and these are called the gates. And core was used to make a hollow pattern. So I think you can easily understand that. So when the pattern is left inside, the pattern should be of thermocol or plastic. What does that mean is, when we are going to leave the pattern inside the mold, it should be made up of thermocol or plastic. And when we are going to pour the metal inside, the thermocol or plastic will burn and their volume will almost go to zero. So that will not make any difference to where the metal is reaching. Everywhere the metal can reach. While if the pattern needs to be taken out, the pattern is usually made up of wood. So wood cannot burn itself when the completely when the metal is poured. So in that case, we need to take the wooden pattern outside. And what are the different types of pattern? We have solid piece pattern, split pattern, loose piece pattern, match plate pattern, and gated pattern. Gated is always, I had already explained it. The solid piece pattern, that means we have only single piece of the pattern, where split piece pattern means we can split the pattern into two half. Loose piece means in case it's so complex to make a single part and fix it inside the mold, we make them in loose pieces, and then as and when we are going to mold it, we fix the loose pieces there, mold it, so we ramp the sand, and then when we need to take out the wooden pattern from the mold, we can take the first part outside, then the other part will become loose. Before taking the first part, the second part is fixed, we cannot take that out. Then after taking the first, we can take the second, we can take the third. So that's the loose piece pattern. The fourth is match plate pattern, where we have two plates matched on cope and drag, and that's how the pattern is formed. And there can be multiple different types of also of patterns also. This is the basic one. So in the next video, we'll go ahead with mold filling time calculations. Thank you.